of citizenship. Driver's license.
Proof of citizenship would be a birth certificate, passport, prior proof of citizenship if you have already gone through the process with the real ID, which we've had to do. And you can also use proof of residency, legal residency, which is whatever proof you have for legal residency. Again, I've worked with several foreign students who have proof of legal residency. So they have their certificate from the State Department, they have other things that prove their legal residency in the United States, and with those they get limited term driver's licenses.
So, birth certificate, passport, or real ID were probably some of the bigger things that you talked about. You also said proof of residency, which, I mean, is that just a utility bill? Is that something, you know, where you get mail, credit card statement, bank statement, something like that? So when you talk about birth certificate, there are folks that don't have access to a birth certificate, right? You think foster kids, adopted, lost, you know, since they were born, getting access to that or knowing how to get access to that is a challenge for a group of people. A passport is pretty much $150 some tax for folks to get. And I mean, the percentage of folks that have a passport is not a large percentage. It's barely over 50% of people have a passport. And then, you know, it was talked about in subcommittee how at least 20% of Iowans don't have a real ID and that they were grandfathered in to not having to go through the process to get a real ID. So those folks that, elderly folks, you talk about folks that don't fly or travel because they certainly can't afford it in this economy. Those folks will then have to go through this process as well to prove their citizenship because they wouldn't have those three, one of those three documents that you talked about. So if don't have a real ID, if you don't have a passport, and you don't have a birth certificate, what would your suggestion to those Iowans and folks be to get a driver's license in this state?
I have children who are adopted. We had to write for their birth certificate. I've worked with foreign students. We've had to get their ID. It does take some effort sometimes to prove who you are, and having a driver's license is not just a given. So having to prove who you are is part of the process.
And I would say not all Iowa foster kids have you as their support system, but if they did, they'd certainly be better off, right? This bill just happens to also seems like code clutter, because is it already not legal for non-citizens to get driver's license?
This puts in code that you must be legal to get a driver's license. Okay. I'm not sure. I've worked with the DOT, and I'm not sure how you get driver's licenses if you are not legally here, but it's happening. So this codifies what has to happen.
Okay, I was unaware of it happening. I was already under the understanding that citizens and non-legal residents could get driver's license, but with that will conclude my discussion, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Cooling. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Representative Golding moves House Senate File 2187. The clerk will take the roll. Representative Jones? Aye. Representative Segrist? Aye. Representative Gosa? Aye. Representative Bagneski? Aye. Representative Bang? Aye. Representative Bossman? Aye. Representative Cooling? Aye. Representative Golding? Aye. Representative Henderson? Aye. Representative Jennery? Aye. Representative Madison? Representative Meyer? Aye. Representative Eggers? Aye. Representative Momsen? Aye. Representative Schulten? Aye. Representative Seek? Aye. Representative Williams? Aye. Representative Wood? Aye. Representative Cooling? Aye. being excused. With a vote of 18-3, Senate File 2187 passes to the floor. I will now turn the committee over to Representative Segrist.
Chair recognizes Representative Jones for opening comments on Senate File 378.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senate File 378 would raise the state speed limit from 55 to 60. There is an amendment.
You're in order for the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The amendment is clarifying, comes to us from our friend Representative Olson, and is corrective in nature because it revises the speeding penalties to reflect the changes to the speed limit.
Any comments, questions on the amendment? Seeing none. Representative Jones moves the amendment. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, the opposite sign. The amendment's passed. We're now back on the bill as amended. Senate File 378. Representative Jones, any more comments? Chair recognizes Representative Goza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. See, when he chairs it, he lets me talk. I just wanted to say this is a good bill. I had to get a shot at her. She didn't let me talk during the subcommittee, which go figure. But I think this is a good bill. Thank you for taking Representative Olson's amendment that he brought to my attention. So with that, I would recommend a yes.
Any further comments? Let the record note Representative Young is done with breakfast and has shown up. No further comments. You're in order for closing remarks. Representative Jones moves House File 378. Clerk, call the roll.
Representative Jones. Aye. Representative Segrist.
Aye.
Representative Gosa.
Aye.
Representative Bagneski.
Aye.
Representative Bain.
Aye.
Representative Bossman.
Aye.
Representative Cooling.
Aye.
Representative Golding.
Aye.
Representative Henderson.
Aye.
Representative Jennery.
Aye.
Representative Madison. Representative Makers.
Aye.
Representative Meyer.
Aye.
Representative Monson.
Aye.
Representative Schulten.
Aye.
Representative Seek.
Yes.
Representative Williams.
Aye.
Representative Wood.
Aye.
Representative Young.
Aye.
19.
With a vote of 19-0, the bill is passed and will move to the floor. Chair recognizes Representative Jones for opening remarks to Senate File 2189.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senate File 2189 is kind of an interesting situation. So this allows persons who own real property to register motor vehicles that are primarily used at that property in Iowa. So this helps the snowbirds who don't live in Iowa but have a house here that so they could register the vehicle that they leave at their lake house in Okoboji, or the people who farm over the borders, they could register their farm vehicles in Iowa, leave them here, that kind of thing. So honestly, I just see this as a way for people to spend their dollars in Iowa. I would prefer that this go even farther and just let anybody register their vehicles in Iowa, but when I suggested that to the treasurers, I think they about had a heart attack. So this is very limited in scope and just allows the people who own real property in Iowa to register their vehicles in Iowa. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Any questions or comments? Representative Cooley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Jones, can I ask you one question?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you very much. So after looking over this bill, this would allow out-of-state residents that own property to get to title their vehicles here. Was that going to, my concern was from other states, you think folks from California that hold land here or corporations that hold land here could then skirt other states' taxes and register their vehicle in Iowa?
That sounds like their problem.
Okay. I just wanted to ask the question to see if we were kind of wading into something on this one. That's all.
If they want to support the Drake Bulldogs and buy a Bulldog plate, then I support that effort.
Any further comments? Representative Bagneski.
This is a fine bill. I urge everyone to support it.
Seeing no further comments, Representative Jones moves Senate File 2189. Clerk will call the roll.
Representative Jones. Aye. Representative Segrist.
Aye.
Representative Gosa.
Aye.
Representative Bagneski.
Aye.
Representative Bain.
Aye.
Representative Bossman.
Aye.
Representative Cooling.
No.
Representative Golding.
Aye.
Representative Henderson. Representative Jennery. Representative Mattson. Oh, I'm sorry, Madison. Representative Meggers. Representative Meyer. Representative Momsen. Representative Schulten. Representative Seek. Representative Williams. Representative Wood. Representative Young.
With a vote of 17-2, Senate File 2189 moves to the floor. Chair recognizes Representative Jones for opening remarks on Senate File 2284.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senate File 2284 is a puzzle piece of a bill. It's quite a bill. First, it has some ALPR language in it, and I realize that this committee has already passed out some ALPR language. Representative Young and I continue to work through the ALPR language coming out of the House, and so I don't think that this is going to be the final form of the ALPR language, so you have my commitment to continue to work on that language, because I just don't think what we see coming out of the Senate was necessarily anticipated on this end. So we're gonna continue to work on that. But it also, this bill includes language on noise enforcement systems. We have one city in Iowa who has implemented purchasing equipment for noise enforcement to start at, right now it's just issuing warnings to people who exceed the allowable decibels of in a certain place, exceed their ordinances, and this would prohibit such systems. This bill also enhances some due process protections for automated camera systems, and then it also revises the procedures for contesting such citations. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Representative Schulten?
I don't have a question, but I'll just say that I'm interested in seeing where this is going, and I'm along for the ride.
Representative Young?
I want to thank you. I agree with Representative Schulten. I appreciate your leadership on this, Chairman Jones. And yeah, we need to make sure that we keep this vehicle alive so that we can come back with an amendment possibly on the floor to make sure that there's some really good guardrails and accountability measures. Thank you.
Any other further comments? Seeing none, Representative Jones moves Senate File 2284. Clerk, call the roll.
Representative Jones. Representative Segrist. Representative Gosa. Representative Agneski. Representative Bang. Representative Bossman. Representative Cooling. Representative Golding. Representative Henderson. Representative Jennery. Representative Madison. Representative Meggers. Representative Meyer. Representative Momsen. Representative Schulten. Representative Seek. Representative Williams. Representative Wood. Representative Young.
With a vote of 17-2, Senate File 2284 moves to the floor. Chair returns the chair to the chair.
Thank you, Representative Segrist. Just as a final note of business, we had two bills coming out of this committee, or in this committee, that dealt with automated driving vehicles. I had a local podcaster reach out to me and offer to the committee, if you are at all interested in automated vehicles, he is willing to take us on a field trip and show us how his works. I know Representative Golding has one as well, so, but he is more than willing to show us how that technology works. So if you are at all interested in doing such a field trip, please let me know. I think it would be very interesting, so I think I'm going to do it, but I'd be happy to set that up. So please let me know if you are at all interested in doing that. Otherwise, if there is no other business, Representative Young moves we rise. Thank you.